Okay, good evening, and welcome back to another live edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. To those of you that are watching this video on demand, thank you for being here. And to those of you that are going to be joining live, I say going to be joining live because nobody's in the chat yet. Thank you guys as well. I know I said I was just live a night ago, and I told you guys I'd be going live to do the full moon the full moon in Cancer gratitude video on Saturday. But here we are. It is Friday night. It's about 10 till 9. And I had some things that came up that required me to do this video a day earlier. So I'm going to be getting started here in just a minute. I'm just going to let a few more people join and we're going to get started. Going to run through these houses. We're going to talk about this full moon and Cancer energy that the full moon peaks a little bit. I'm not sure what time, but it's going to peak sometime in the wee hours of the morning. And we're going to talk about what that particular energy is going to look like for you coming up here on Maddie's Rap. All right. So I'm not going anywhere because I got all my stuff. And I'm just gonna sit here and chill and wait for a few more people to join the live. So you guys that are here in the chat right now, if you can do me a huge favor, please tap that like button for me because that's going to send the alert out. That's going to help the algorithm notify people that have the notifications turned on that we are live and broadcasting. So thank you to those of you that were on the live stream last night. I went back and watched the replay and even took some notes. That was a very interesting, and I had notes already, but I took some more notes. Okay. That was a very interesting live stream. So thank you to those of you that were present for last night's live stream. Some very powerful downloads coming through already. Okay. 2026, y'all. 2026 is starting off with no tricks. All right. It is going all the way. And I'm excited about what this year is going to bring. I don't know about you guys, but we'll see. We'll see. But this is for those of you that are watching this video on demand. I'm going to say this in just a minute. I'm going to say it again. But this is going to be the last of the full moon and new moon series of videos that began in January of 2025. Okay, so we started doing these videos in January of 2025. And pretty consistently, every 2 weeks, we did a new moon video, new moon manifestation video, and a full moon gratitude video. We did this consistently for all 12 signs. We are now at the final full moon of that particular cycle that began last January. So this full moon in Cancer, shout out to my Cancer moons out there. I'm a Cancer moon myself. And shout out to those fellow Capricorns out there. So I'm going to turn some music on and I'm going to write a couple of things down. And if we don't have any more people by the 6-minute mark, we're right at 4 minutes now. So if we don't have any more people by the 6-minute mark, I'm just going to go with it. Shout out to those of you who are here. Thank you for being here. And we're gonna start it and get it finished. So thank you guys so much. And I know how this platform works. This was a last minute decision. I put an announcement out there on the community board, and those community posts, I don't always know when people get them. I didn't see any likes or anything on it about an hour after I put it in there. So I don't know who saw it and who didn't. But again, shout out to those of you who are chilling on a Friday night. You could be doing anything else, but you're hanging out here with Matt D. Talford, and I do not take that lightly. Thank you guys so much for being here. So we're gonna put some music on just to kind of pass the time a little bit. I ain't going anywhere. I got everything I need right here, fam. So we're gonna get this party started here in just a minute. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. We're getting started in just a few. Hey, what's up, V. Ray Shaw? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. V, we're going to get started. As soon as this song ends, I'm going to get started, okay? So thank you for being here. Alrighty. That's it for the music. And we are about to get started, okay? Looks like that's gonna happen here in about let's see, it's about 8 hours from now. Okay, so 5:03 a.m. All right, that's what I needed to know. All right, so all right, family, let's get this party started. Thank you to those of you who have joined. Let's get it started, family. We're talking about this full moon in Cancer, expressing gratitude for emotional growth and intelligence. Okay, so let me jump over to my notes and I'm going to read, of course, the description box copy. All right, for those of you that have not read the description box that just got the notification, we're going to read. Okay, so we're going to start off talking about cancer energy in general, okay? Cancer risings, Cancer suns, and especially Cancer moons are known as the empaths of the zodiac. And due to their connection to the moon, which governs the sign of Cancer, and thus, I wish I could turn these notifications off, but I don't want to do that. Don't interrupt me anymore. Okay, let me back that up, okay? Cancer risings, Cancer suns, and especially Cancer moons are known as the empaths of the zodiac. And due to their connection to the moon, which governs the sign of Cancer and thus the heart chakra and the fourth house of home and family, Cancers are by far the most emotionally sensitive of all three water signs. Now, Scorpio is the most emotionally stable, and Pisces is the most emotionally adaptable. Also, because Cancer is a cardinal sign, in times of emotional crisis, those with prominent Cancer placements are usually the ones that you will find stepping up and taking the lead to provide the comfort and healing that are necessary to help settle things down and return situations back to normal. Though the claws can sometimes come out too, if that emotional leader senses a threat to themselves or to someone that they care about. Now, what are some themes that are being illuminated in your life during this full moon cycle? Okay, so let's talk about this full moon, this upcoming full moon. Okay, and this full moon energy is going to peak here in about 8 hours. Okay, I'm right now, it's about we're about a minute shy or some seconds shy of 9 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, January the 2nd. And we're now in that full moon, which is a super moon this time. We're in that full moon energy. This particular full moon in Cancer is going to peak at 5:03 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday, January the 3rd. Okay, so let's talk about that. This January 2026 Cancer full moon will peak at 13 degrees Cancer, which is both a degree of Aries and of Cancer. Now, a lot of astrology purists will only take the that straight up numerical value for the sign or for that particular planet or sign that planet's in, or the degree, I should say. So, for example, with this being the 13th degree, when you're looking at degrees in astrology, you start. I'm going to leave the 0 degree out because that's a degree of ether, so I won't talk about that one. I've talked about it before on this channel. But when you're doing the degrees of astrology, you know that there are 30 degrees, 0 through 29. I'm not going to talk about 0, but degrees 1 through 12 are Basically, they follow the zodiac houses. The first degree is Aries. The 12th degree is Pisces. When you hit that 13th degree, it starts over again at Aries. So most astrology purists will tell you that the 13th degree is the degree of Aries. What I have found in my own observations is that you cannot dismiss that numerological reduction. So you can also take that 1 and that 3 and add it together and try to reduce it to a single number. In this case, it's going to be 4, which again is Cancer energy. So you're talking about the 13th degree. It holds with it the energy of both Aries and Cancer. So that's pretty important right now. Okay. Because with this 13th degree being a degree of Aries and Cancer, I'll leave the Cancer part out, but with this 13th degree being a degree of Aries, it comes with the inherent risk of this full moon cycle potentially being emotionally impulsive and potentially combative. Why, Matt? Aries energy is combative. It can be combative in its lower octave. It can also be impulsive, and that's just the general nature of the ram. It's impulsive. So you guys be mindful of that. Let me keep reading because I'll jump around. Let me keep reading. Okay. So again, this particular full moon being at 13 degrees Cancer can potentially come with the inherent risk of being having some impulse energy as well as some potentially combative energy in the area of emotions. Okay. Now, when you if you want a good idea of what that looks like, think about Mars in Cancer. We had a Mars in Cancer retrograde around this time a year ago, and y'all know what that Mars in Cancer energy was like. For those of you that remember, Mars does not like to be in the sign of Cancer because Cancer wants to be at home. It wants to be in its emotions. It wants to be family oriented, and Mars is about that action. Okay, all right. So that is some of the risk with this particular full moon, but I would not let that deter me, or I wouldn't let that bring me down or anything like that. Always, you have the ability to control your emotions, keep your vibrations high. Okay. So just be aware, be mindful, and stay high vibrational. Now, if you are watching this video in 2027 or beyond, pay attention to the degree of the full moon in Cancer and just stick to the general info that I'm going to share later on in this video, because the degree that you might be seeing if you're watching this under the full moon in Cancer in 2027, it may not be a degree of Aries. So you can kind of ignore that part. That is particular to this 2026 lunar transit of full moon in Cancer. Okay. So, and I say that because you guys know I've mentioned this before. This is going to be the last of the moon series of videos, unless I'm so moved to do something, do a moon video because maybe there's some special transit or retrograde or something like that that needs to be discussed. But for the most part, when you're going through these houses, whether it's a new moon or a full moon, if you leave the degree out, the other information is pretty much going to be the same. Okay. Because you're going to have whatever that sign is in whatever house you have it in your chart. Now, here's the good news. I gave you guys the risks. Here's the good news. This degree of a Cancer moon would be a little bit, and that being that 13th degree, that degree of Aries, this particular degree of a Cancer moon would normally be a bit more challenging if it were a new moon cycle. This is a full moon. Okay. So this particular Cancer moon is not a new moon. If it were a new moon, it would be a bit more challenging. Why? Because with new moons, we tend to get hit with things that we do not see coming. But this is a full moon cycle. And during the full moon, we have full illumination. That's the energy. Now, let's see. So with this being a full moon cycle, there's full illumination of the themes of the houses, or the house where the Cancer sign falls in your natal chart. This allows you to see what is coming into your reality and respond to it accordingly, even welcoming it, versus being in a situation where you potentially react to something that comes in as a surprise. We see those surprises with the new moon energy. The full moon energy, we're typically not surprised. Why? Because we're dealing with something that we manifested 6 months before, or it's just something that you see coming because under the light of the full moon, you can see at night, whereas under the no light of the new moon, you're not seeing much of anything. Okay. Now, response versus react. Remember, response energy tends to be calm. Reaction energy can oftentimes be tense. This is not a reactionary type of situation because even though this is a degree of Aries, it's under a full moon and not a new moon. Now, let's see. We got some more people in there. What's up, Fair Use and Celestial Goddess? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Okay, so before we begin, I want you, each and every one of you watching this video, whether you're watching this live with me now or you're watching it on demand, I want you to think back to what you manifested during last July's new moon in Cancer. Check in with yourself, okay? Check in with yourself during this period and see if your manifestations are coming into fruition. I'll be the first to tell you that mine are. Mine are. No surprises there. No surprises there. If you were manifesting back 6 months ago during that new moon cycle in Cancer and you were in the right emotional frequency, the right vibrational frequency, and when you're manifesting, when you're setting intentions, when you're planting seeds, you have to do that with that complete faith, which is inner knowing, not belief. You're doing it with that energy of faith, high faith. Hey, you know what? I know that this is going to happen for me. This is what I intend to see. This is what I expect to see 6 months from now. When you manifest and you activate with that type of energy, you can expect to see what it is that appears. So, a lot of you were in that high vibrational energy. You were working with the water element 6 months ago when you were doing your new moon manifestations back in July. And a lot of you all are seeing what you're seeing the fruits of what you manifested or what intentions you put into the universe back then. So, congratulations to you if you are seeing the fruits of your labor come into harvest. Congratulations. Now, but again, I want you to check in with yourself and think back, what is it? Because sometimes we forget if we don't write these things down. What was it that I manifested? Okay. And then check in with yourself and see if that is happening for you. Remember these new moons and full moon cycles. This is not a new moon. The full moon and the new moon cycles, those energies tend to be felt in about 2 weeks, 2 week periods, 2 week blocks. You start to see those energies show up 5 to 7 days before that moon peak energy hits, and then you tend to see them still stick around, linger around up to about 7 days after. So sometimes it will stick around till that new moon comes in. Okay, so anyway, just wanted you guys to do that. Now, let me tell you tonight's format's going to be. Tonight's format is going to kick off what I see as a general theme for this calendar year of 2026 for everyone who has put in that focused, dedicated effort in the way of improving their own life or own lives, as well as the lives of others during this past 9-year cycle. What does life look like now for those who have been putting in the work from 2017 to 2025? All right. What does life look like now for those that put in that work, Matt? A lot of you, this is the start of a fresh 9-year cycle. This is a 1 year. Okay, 2025 was a 9 year. The last time we saw a 1 year, it was 2017. So I want you guys to think back to what was going on in your life 9 years ago. What was going on in 2017? What was happening for you guys back in 2017 which was the last time we saw a 1 year? I can tell you what was going on in my life. I can tell you the progression of it. And I can tell you a lot of you have been putting in some work. A lot of you have been through some emotional highs. A lot of you have been through some emotional lows, but you have not ceased to put in that work. You have not ceased to put in that work. And so if you guys have been putting in that work during this entire past 9-year cycle, what life is going to look like for you moving forward here in this cycle is simplicity. Simplicity. Think the ocean. Think in terms of the ocean. The waves go up, they peak, they hit that crest, and then they go down. All right. And then you hit that lowest trough. You hit that valley. Once you hit that bottom of that wave cycle, that wave starts to go back up and then it peaks. A lot of you who have been through some heavy energy over these past 9 years, you did the work. You did not give up. You kept going. You said, you know what? I'm going to keep sight of my goals. And now you're about to begin this 2026 is beginning that upward cycle for you. So a lot of you guys got a lot of abundance coming in. But since we're talking about the moon, the full moon, and we're talking about the moon's home sign of Cancer, its home constellation, a lot of you guys are in for some emotional highs. A lot of you guys are in for some emotional highs. You can expect things that fill your hearts up to begin to appear in your reality. Okay. So I want to follow that theme tonight and just go with this simplicity. If you've been putting in the work, especially in 2025, because that was the end of a cycle, if you guys have been putting in that work, steadfast, unmovable, life for you is about to get very simple. I'm going to follow that simplicity format tonight. So in the final full moon video of a 12-month cycle of doing new moon manifestations and full moon gratitude videos, we're going to keep these things simple. As we go through each astrological house tonight, y'all, we will speak positive affirmations over the themes of each of those houses. then express gratitude for the receiving of those gifts. So we're going to end this one in a special way, y'all. We're going to keep it real simple, and we're going to speak positive affirmations. Now, this is a full moon in Cancer. The general Cancerian themes are, and I wrote down 5 of them. Number 1, home. Number 2, family. Number 3, feelings and emotions. Number 4, the heart chakra and the heart, not the physical heart, the energy heart, the emotional heart. Okay. That's number 4. And then number 5, safety and comfort. That's another theme that doesn't get played up enough with Cancer energy. Cancer energy, 4th house energy is about safety, home, comfort, those things. Cancer, when you're around Cancer energy, high vibrational Cancer energy makes people feel safe. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel comfortable. Yeah, the closest sign out there to Cancer is Taurus. Okay, those two are very similar, but I want to say Taurus, the same energy that Cancer puts into its family and close friends. Because when you're dealing with Cancer energy, anybody that's a close friend, they're not seen as a friend; they're seen as family. Okay, the only difference between Taurus and Cancer is Cancer pours that same energy into its family, into its loved ones, where Taurus tends to make it inward. They tend to direct it inward and say, hey, I'm taking care of me. So that's kind of that energy. Okay. And when you understand astrology and the way it moves, it's natural. It doesn't make Taurus bad. That's just the energy that comes with Taurus. It's about acquisitions. It's about self-care. Okay. Now, so I want you guys to keep those 5 areas in mind as we go through these houses. 1, home. 2, family. 3, feelings and emotions. 4, the heart. And 5, safety and comfort. So I'm going to give you guys some affirmations. You can certainly write these down. You can write your own down. These are just a subset of things that, and I'm doing this real time. So I didn't pre-write any, because a lot of times I like to be an open channel when this stuff comes in. So anything that comes to me, we're going to speak those positive affirmations over the themes of that particular house. If you know your natal chart, you know what sign you have, or you know what house you have Cancer in. For those of you that don't know your houses, then you can latch on to any or all of these, generally speaking, but the energy is going to be more focused if it is directed into the house that you have Cancer sitting in your natal chart. All right. Cancer is the natural ruler of the 4th house. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Also like to call the 4th house a secondary moon sign. Okay, that's another way to look at it. You've got your primary moon sign, which is that sign of your moon sign, but then that 4th house, because the natural rule of the 4th house is the moon, I like to look at that as a secondary or a backup moon sign. Now, let me see if I got any comments before we get started. Thank you all for being here tonight. If you haven't done so already, please tap that like button for me. Let's see, Fair Use. What's going on, Fair Use? Thank you for being here. Capri 10, Shalom, Capri 10. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's get the party started, y'all. Let's get it started. Now, all right, I'm going to run through these houses, y'all. Here we go. So I want you guys again to keep those 5 areas in mind as we go through the houses. 1, home. 2, family. 3, feelings and emotions. 4, the heart. And 5, safety and comfort. I may not hit each and every one of those areas, or I may not discuss each and every one of those, because sometimes different, it makes sense to deal with one or some of those other areas in one house, where in another it might make more sense to focus on another one. I may hit all 5, I may hit 1, I may hit 2, 3, or 4. We'll see what happens once we get to it. All right, pardon me, y'all. So now let's get the party started. And these will be time stamped if you're watching this video on demand. So now we are at, let's say 2520. We're going to start the 1st house. If you have Cancer in the 1st house, you're a 1st house Cancer, you're a Cancer rising, aka a Cancer ascendant. Okay. That is the house of I am. That is your I am statement. That is the way that you appear to the world, the way you appear to the way you show up for others, the way you show up for yourself. All of that stuff lives in that 1st house. So with this full moon in Cancer, y'all, we want to let's go with these affirmations. 1st house Cancers. Now, if you're 1st house Cancer, that's a wild card, because your ruling planet for your entire chart is the moon. So those Cancerian themes are going to be felt throughout your entire chart. Okay, those emotional. That's someone who's going to be generally driven by emotion. That's just what's sitting at the top of their chart. So it's Cancer energy. They're going to be somebody who's highly empathic, and they're going to be driven by their emotions and what they feel. So If you have Cancer in the first house, some affirmations that you could say are, I am safe. I am loving. I am nurturing. I easily open my heart to my loved ones. I am a safe place for my family and my friends. I love myself. I love myself. Cancer rule, remember, Cancer energy rules over that fourth chakra, which is the heart. So the heart is where your love comes from. All right. So you can also, another affirmation is, I love myself. Another affirmation for you is, I am love. Okay. I feel. I feel the emotions of others. I feel the emotions of places. I feel the emotions of things. I feel. Okay. I feel typically goes with the fourth house. But again, being a Cancer rising, that that energy hits everything. So those are some affirmations you can use. We're also going to express gratitude. So we're going to thank our Heavenly Father for giving us, or just being the life of us, being our lives, for having rulership over our heart chakras, for ruling our hearts. We're going to thank our divine mother, our heavenly mother, our heavenly father, heavenly mother, that the Most High is not just masculine energy, it's feminine energy, just like us. Okay. So I am love. And I express gratitude to the divine mother for the wisdom to properly see myself, The first house is the house of self. Okay. To see myself in the energy of love. Y'all, sometimes there are people out there that don't necessarily love themselves. So if you have Cancer in your first house, I love myself. I thank my divine mother for giving me the wisdom to see the things about myself that are beautiful, that allow me to love myself. Okay. Thank your angels. Psalms 91:11, for he will give his angels charge over you to protect you. All right. To keep you. So we should always be thanking our angels too. We have angels of protection that are around us at all times. Okay. Lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Isn't that how it's written? So I thank my angels for protecting me, Okay. And that applies to everything, but I'm dealing with that first house energy. So those are some affirmations that you can use if you have Cancer in your first house. Okay. I am love. I love myself. I love my family. I feel. I feel high vibrational emotions. I heal others. You're a healer. Cancer energy is healing. That empathy, I am an empath. I am a high vibrational empath. That is another I am statement for you. I am a high vibrational empath. That gives you the ability to tap into the emotions of others. And a lot of times you have no control over it. It's the same for Cancer Moon. Those are some wild cards. I'm going to be touching on what those wild cards are as we go through this. But if you're a Cancer Moon, this is for you too. This is for me. I'm a Cancer Moon. I told you guys that. You guys have heard that before. So if you're a Cancer Moon, these are some affirmations that you can speak as well. Okay. All right. So those are some affirmations, and those are some gratitude statements for you if you have Cancer in your first house. You may also plug in whatever works for you. Okay. We're going to move on to the second house. And so let me move this over so I can see it. Thank y'all for being here tonight. All right, I'm going to say 3005. If you have Cancer in your second house, the second house is there are things, what we have, our values, what we value, things that we value, things that are near and dear to us. All right, that Bible scripture, that Bible verse always comes to mind for me. The one that says, "Where your heart is, or where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Your treasure lives in the second house. Your heart, well, we know that the sign of Cancer, the moon rules over that fourth chakra, which is the heart. So if you got Cancer in your second house, I have love. I have love. I have a loving family. Now, some of you out there may be like, hey, well, my family isn't necessarily love. Listen, you have more than just your birth family. You have more than just your biological family. You have a soul family too. And your soul family is typically much larger than your birth family. So remember, Cancer rules over home and family. You can say, I have a loving family. I have a family who loves me. Speak those things that even if you don't see them right now, If you want things to materialize in your life, you have to speak those things that are not as though they were. So I have a loving family. I have control over my emotions. I have emotional control. I have a high amount of emotional intelligence. These are I have affirmations because the second house are the things that we have, the things we hold, the things that we possess, our possessions, our valuables. I have emotional intelligence. I have emotional maturity. I have love. I receive love. The second house, remember, the second house is also a house of acquisitions. I receive love. I receive things that increase my heart chakra energy. I love the things that I have. I've got a brother who is a Gemini rising, which would put Cancer in his second house. And it didn't dawn on me until I started reflecting on tonight's video. And I said, wow, you know what? That makes sense now that he has always had an emotion. Thinking back to our childhood, he's always had an emotional attachment to his possessions. That's mine. He loves everything he has. He nurtures it. He nurtures his possessions. He takes great care, even as an adult now, he takes great care of his cars. He takes great care of his clothes. He takes great meticulous care of even the grocery items that he brings into his house to prepare for his family. So it's making sense to me now. So that you got Cancer in that second house, you have an emotional attachment to the things that you have, your possessions. So a good affirmation during this full moon cycle is I have love. I have things that make me happy. I have safety. I have comfort. I have a loving heart. The things I have make me happy. Okay? I receive love. I receive it. We receive stuff in that second house. Second house is acquisitions as well. All right. And I didn't talk about this in the beginning, but remember, keep in mind too that with this full moon cycle, the full moon is about illumination. So you're going to see some things that have to deal with that are of an emotional nature. I missed this with the first house, but if you're in the first house, you're Cancer rising, you're going to see some things appear in your reality during this full moon cycle about you that may have an effect on your heart chakra. Okay, you're going to see some things about yourself. You're going to have some revelations about yourself. Okay, and shout out to my Cancer risings out there. They tend to be very youthful in their looks. They tend to have very youthful looks. They tend to look a lot younger than their actual age. Okay, so now getting back to that second house, those are some affirmations that you can have. Okay, and some gratitude statements. Thank you, Father, for the things that you've given me. Thank you, Divine Mother, for the love that you've given me. That's that love energy. When you're talking about the Divine Mother, you're talking about that love, you're talking about that wisdom. Those are the creativity. Those are some feminine energies that we talk about with that. Thank your angels for express gratitude. I thank my angels for protecting my possessions. I thank my angels for protecting the things and keeping safe the things that were given to me, the things that I hold near and dear to my heart. Okay. Those are some themes. Those are some gratitude statements that you can express during this cycle. Remember, when you express one of the best ways to manifest, y'all, and this is coming from a life path 8. Y'all know the rap on life path number 8s. One of the best ways to manifest is to simply express gratitude for something that isn't even in your hand yet, but you see a version of yourself that has that thing already. So you begin to express gratitude for it. Express gratitude in the now, and that thing will become a part of your now. Okay, so express gratitude for those things that you in that second house with Cancer in that second house. You have things that make you happy. You have things that you have an emotional attachment to. You have things that you have a high vibrational attachment to. You protect those things that you have in your possession. You're very protective of them. Okay, that Cancerian energy is protective as well. So you protect those things as well. Let me move this back a little bit. Okay, this Cancer energy is very interesting, y'all. That full moon energy is hitting right now. Y'all probably have not heard me talk this calmly on video in a very long time, if at all. Okay, but that's the beauty of this Cancer energy, y'all. Cancer is at home, or the moon is at home in the sign of Cancer, so the energy tends to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more nurturing. Okay, so anyway, I got off a little bit off track, but remember, gratitude. Gratitude is always the right attitude. Okay. Affirmations. I have. I have a loving family. I have a beautiful home. I have control over my emotions. I have high vibrational emotions. I have a huge heart. I have a huge auric field. I have safety. I have family that is safe, that feels safe in my presence. Okay. That's a little bit of a bleed over into the fourth house, but those are some things. And again, express gratitude. Express gratitude for provision to the Father, to the Father, Father, the Heavenly Father. Thank you for providing me with these things that you've given me. Thank you for the provision. Thank you, Divine Mother, for the wisdom on how to take care of these things that I have and share them when it's time for me to share them. Now, the opposite, the second house is the eighth house, which is more about shared resources. But we tend to share the things we have. Cancerian energy is very nurturing. So if you can help nurture somebody with the things that you have in your possessions, that's something that second house cancers do as well. Okay. So that is Cancer in the second house. And again, thank your angels for protecting those things that you have. Why? Because you have an emotional attachment to the things as a second house Cancer, because you have an emotional attachment to the things that you possess. Guess what? Your angels protecting them is ultimately protecting your heart, because now you don't have a broken heart because something that you value is gone missing. All right. So, and if it did go missing, it went missing for a reason, for some reason that is probably going to end up being high vibrational anyway in the long run. Now, let's move on to the third house. I spent a lot of time in that one. 3755. If you have Cancer in your third house, what is the third house? The third house is I think. It is how we learn, it is how we express ourselves, it is how we communicate. That those are some third house themes. Okay. So if you have Cancer in your third house, some of your expressions or your affirmations are, it can be, I think I love, I think I love talking. Okay. I know that sounds crazy, but Cancerians, third house Cancerians, they tend to be, let me say this. You can use I am all across the board as long as it applies. I am nurturing in my communications. That's one affirmation if you have Cancer in your third house. Okay. We're receiving these gifts. You guys know what you manifested 6 months ago. We're doing something different tonight. Okay. We're speaking positive affirmations. Why? Because this is a 1 year. The one energy is about emergence, things that appear. The first house is the house of appearance. That number one energy is about appearances. It is about emergence. It is about self. Okay. So those are some themes with this 1 year energy. Well, guess what? With this emergence, this is probably the reason why I was guided to do this thing this way. By having these affirmations, you are bringing about the emergence of these things. Okay. So we affirm that I am someone who communicates. This is your third house, Cancers. I am someone who communicates with love. I am someone who nurtures through my communication. I freely and openly express my emotions. I am emotionally expressive. I heal through my communication. I heal myself and others through my communication. Cancer energy is healing. The empathic energy heals. All of the water signs are healers, they just do it differently. Cancer does it through its feelings, it does it through its heart chakra. Cancer has to feel in order to know how to heal. Cancers have to feel in order to know how to heal. All right. This is why cancers, a lot of times, especially with the Cancer moons, I know I'm speaking for a lot of Cancer moons when I say this. The Most High will send you into areas that if you knew what you were walking into, you would never have gone into those areas. Why? Because the Cancer energy is a sponge. It absorbs, it absorbs emotions. Okay. Whether they're high vibrational or low vibrational, Cancer energy absorbs emotions. This is why you have to protect your energy and you have to be mindful of the places you go into and the people you go around when you have prominent Cancer placements, because you tend to be affected by those energies. So, with that third house Cancer energy, you have the ability to heal. Now I got away from it for a second. You absorb. So by your absorption, you heal things that need to be healed. You heal them by absorbing them, by taking them away from whoever it is that can't heal it on their own. That is why you exist, Cancers, especially Cancer moons and Cancer risings too. That is why you exist. You exist to be an empathic healer. You exist to feel. You exist to show others how to feel. You exist to teach others about their emotions. I got a very good friend of mine that said, I'm so thankful for your being in my life. She's an Aquarius moon. She tells me all the time. She said, you know what? Aquarius moons tend to be a little bit cold. I didn't know how. She said, you've taught me how to feel. Wow. She's like, I cry more now after you coming into my life because you are so expressive with your communication and you show me things. You express it in a way that I never saw it before, and it allows me to feel. It's like, wow, that's a beautiful thing. This is why you exist. I know I'm taking my time with this. Okay. So you are a healer if you have major Cancer energy, Cancer placements. And then even if you don't have any planets in Cancer, whatever house you have Cancer in, you have the ability to heal via the themes of that particular house. So if you have Cancer in your third house, you have the ability to heal others through your nurturing communication, through your nurturing expression. You don't have to speak it, you can write it. You can write something for someone that helps them to heal. Okay? All right. So those are some themes. So I am a healer. I heal through my communication. I heal through my expression. I think about themes. I think about my family. I feel what my siblings, the third house is the siblings live in the third house. I feel what my siblings are feeling. I'm able to heal my siblings by feeling what my siblings feel. I love to learn about matters of the heart. I freely express the contents of my heart. I do not hide them. I am protective. My words help me to protect my heart. That's another theme with people that have Mercury in Cancer or third house cancers. Sometimes the claws can come out, but when they do that, they're doing that because that is that protective nature of Cancer. So they may speak in a very protective way, okay, to in order to protect the people that they love, their families. They're protective of their families through their communication. Mess around and find out with a third house Cancer. Say something about a third house Cancer's family or friends and see what happens. They're very protective. Cancer energy does not play about the people, places, things that it loves because it's that nurturing energy. It's that maternal energy. Okay. So you have the ability to nurture others. You also have the ability to nurture in the academic environment. Now, the third house is more learning. That's where the students live. It's more of our conscious thoughts too. So your conscious thoughts, a lot of times you think about things that give you an emotional response. I heal through expression. I heal through expression. I speak the contents of my heart. Through my words, I'm able to nurture. Communicating with me is I am someone who communicates and creates safe spaces for others to communicate and express themselves. These are some affirmations for you. Okay. I know I'm jumping around a bit. All right. I speak lovingly at home. I express myself openly to my family and at home and with my loved ones. All right. That's the third house. Moving on to the fourth house. Okay. Let's say 4505. If you have Cancer in your fourth house, that's the natural placement for Cancer. Cancer rules over the fourth house. The moon rules over the fourth house. So you are someone that is nurturing at home. If that fourth house, that is I feel. So some of your affirmations for you, if your fourth house Cancer is, I feel what my family feels. I feel the pulse of my family's emotions. I heal my family. Some other fourth house themes, homey themes of like cooking, decorating, things of that nature. You're able to heal others through your cooking. Okay? I heal through my cooking. I heal others through my cooking. I heal others by providing meals for them. Okay? I feel you. That's another one. Cancer, fourth house Cancer, Cancer moon, same energy. I feel you. Because I feel you, I'm able to heal you. I'm able to help heal you. Okay. And y'all, it's time out to stop. It's time out for this thinking that, Okay, well, someone says, "Hey, I heal you." You know what? You actually you do have the ability to heal. What did the Messiah tell his disciples? He said, "These things and greater will you do." He said, "Everything you see me doing, you have the ability to do it too. All you got to do is tap in, activate that faith, which is that inner knowing. Know that you have that ability inside of you, and then help others to unlock theirs. So you actually are a healer. You heal through feeling. I just said that. Okay. So my home is a safe space. Talking still affirmations. If you have Cancer in your fourth house, third house, Cancer, I forgot to do the gratitude. Thank you, Father, for giving me a platform to speak. Thank you, Mother, Divine Mother, for giving me the wisdom to speak wisely, for allowing me and giving me the wisdom to say the right thing that would help someone to heal. Thank you, angels, for protecting me when perhaps my my claws came out when I was speaking. Thank you for protecting me so that I didn't get myself in any type of trouble with my communication or my expression. Those are some gratitude statements for my third house Cancers. Now jumping back to the fourth house. Jumping back to the fourth house. Okay. Gratitude, affirmations. I am a healer. I am empathic. I heal others through my cooking. I heal others through my heart. I heal others through my nurturing energy. I feel others' hearts. I'm able to feel. I feel your emotions. I feel what you feel. I am a safe space for your heart. My heart is a safe space for you. I love my family. I show my family love. I take care of my family. I protect my family. I protect my home. My home is a safe space. My home is comfortable. Thank you, Divine Father, for the provision of a home. Thank you for providing me with a heart to feel. Divine Mother, thank you for the nurturing energy. Thank you for the ability to nurture others. Thank you for the wisdom to know the right things to do and the right things to say to help heal others and to help nurture my family, to help nurture myself. You are worthy of your healing energy too. Find you some Taurus friends. They will help you with your self care. Okay. If you struggle with it, that is one of the challenges for those with Cancer energy. They tend to give out and give out and give out. Okay. Not only do they absorb, they can also wring that sponge out to the point where they dry themselves out. You wring too much water out of a sponge, it's going to dry quickly. You got to have that balance. Too much water, it seeps out, it leaks out. Not enough water, the sponge is dry. Know that you are a sponge if you have Cancer energy. Know that you're a sponge in the themes of whatever house you have Cancer in. Okay. So that's that fourth house. Now, those were your affirmations. For some gratitude statements, I already did a gratitude. Thank you, Father, for providing me with a home. Thank you for providing me with a space to nurture others and myself, to provide for others and myself. Thank you, Divine Mother, for the wisdom on the wisdom concerning matters of the heart. That fourth house is the matters of the heart as well. Family is matters of the heart as well. Angels, thank you for protecting my home. Thank you for helping me protect my heart. Thank you for helping to protect my family. Thank you for protecting my family. Those are gratitude statements. Your family's protected. The minute you say to your angels, thank you for protecting my family, your family's protected. The minute you say to your angels, thank you for protecting me, you are protected. That's how that works. The minute you begin to thank the Divine Mother for the wisdom, wisdom is that feminine energy. You're talking about four energy, the fourth house, go read Proverbs chapter 4. There's a synchronicity for somebody right there. Wisdom energy is she. Thank you. Thank you for that wisdom. The minute you thank the Divine Mother, the minute you thank the Spirit of wisdom for visiting you, for giving you wisdom, you receive that wisdom. When you thank the Father for providing you with a home in a safe space, you have a home in a safe space. Your home is going to be wherever you are the minute you say that. Don't look at the size. Look at the appearance. Look at the thing. I have. Okay? I know that's second house, but I have. You have whatever you give gratitude for. You have it. High vibrationally speaking. All right? Not sure why I'm going down this path, but I'm going with it. All right. 5120. If you have Cancer in your fifth house, I create, I will, I create, I create love and harmony. I create things that help others to feel. I create high vibrational things that warm the heart. That fifth house, that's creativity. That's your passions. I have passion for healing. I have passion for empathy. I am passionate about emotions. Things that I am passionate. I create things that create high vibrational emotions. Fifth house creations live there. All right. Things that make you feel like you're things that you do for fun. Fifth house Cancer. I do things that are so fun that they expand my heart chakra. I help others to have fun. I create safe spaces for others to have fun. I heal others through passion projects. I heal through artistic creations. I create works of art that help others to heal. I create dishes that help others to heal. I heal others through the energy of romance. I am passionate about the heart. My emotions are bright. That fifth house that's ruled by the sun. I have bright, sunny emotions. I love children. I create things that allow children to have fun. I create things for my family. I create things that make my home feel like a safe space. That's Cancer in the fifth house. Okay. All right. Those are just some. Those are just some. Plug in your own fifth house themes. I love that fifth house. That's like a secondary sun sign as well. So if you have Cancer in your fifth house, you pretty much embody the energy of Cancer suns as well. You're very empathic. You're able to sense the emotions of people that have a lot of passion. Okay? You are passionate about things that are emotional. So I am passionate about things that help others to have high emotions, high vibrational emotions. Okay? That sun is high vibrational. I am confident about what I feel. I am confident about my feelings. I am confident. I'm a passionate feeler. I'm a passionate healer. I'm a passionate empath. I have confidence in my family. I have confidence that my home is a safe space. I have confidence in my ability creating safe spaces and creating comfort for myself and others is a strength of mine. The fifth house is where your strengths live as well. Your strengths also live in the fifth house. I have a strong heart. I am emotionally strong. These are these are affirmations for you if you have Cancer in your fifth house. Okay? Thank you, Father, for strengthening me. Thank you, Father, for strengthening my heart. Thank you, Father, for making me emotionally strong. Thank you, Divine Mother, for giving me emotional wisdom, emotional intelligence. Okay? All right, those are just some themes. Those are some gratitude. Thank you, angels, for protecting me, protecting my solar plexus, protecting my faith, helping to strengthen my faith. Your faith is a product of your solar plexus, so that's fifth house energy too. You tend to have a lot of faith with regards to whatever sign you have in your fifth house. Whatever you got in your fifth house, you got a lot of faith in that area of your life. You have a lot of faith there. You cannot be shaken with that. Okay. All right. So those are some themes there. Express gratitude. Express gratitude. Sixth house. Sixth house. And of course you could have some themes appear in your life that you could see something could appear in your life that has has to deal with creativity, has to deal with children, perhaps. Okay, nurturing that Cancerian energy and children tend to go together. Children live in the fifth house as well. Okay, fifth house, house of creativity, creating children. Okay, some of you all could be extending your families during this time as well. So express gratitude for the protection of your family, your new family. Some of you might be with child right now. All right, express gratitude for that. 5645. If you have Cancer in your sixth house, if your sixth house Cancer, that is your daily tasks. Okay. So some affirmations. I love what I do every day. I love what I do. I love what I do. I'm comfortable doing what I do. Okay. The sixth house also has to deal with health. So when you got Cancer in the sixth house, that's a great place to have Cancer because you have the sign of the healer in the house of health. Okay. So I help I heal and I help others to heal. I help others to heal their emotions. I am emotionally healthy. I am emotionally healthy. My family is healthy. I help my family to be healthy. I prepare meals. I create spaces where my family can improve their health. Emotional health leads to physical health. That in and of itself is another Cancerian theme. Emotional health leads to physical health. When you are emotionally unhealthy, you when you are emotionally unhealthy, you also become it can lead to physical unhealth or physical uh, unwellness. Let me say it like that: physical unwellness. So when you are emotionally unhealthy, it could lead to physical unwellness. So emotions and that sixth house tend to go together. I organize my thoughts. I analyze my emotions. I analyze my emotions. Okay. You could have some themes appear in this during this moon cycle as well that help you to that reveal some things about your daily tasks that are going to increase your emotions, that are going to make you happier, that are going to help expand your heart chakra. Okay. I don't feel like I'm spending enough time telling you guys what you're going to see here with this particular theme, but I'm just going down this path, y'all. I'm going with it. This is very different for me too. This is very different for me too. So anyway, that's that sixth house. That sixth house of daily routines and health. With Cancer there, that's a great placement. That's a great placement. I feel what others feel. I'm able to help others heal because I feel what they feel. That sixth house, that's more of that physical health. Okay. That's more of that physical health. That fourth house is emotional health. That 12th house is mental health. Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So that is your sixth house. Thank you. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father, for giving me the ability to do what I do every day. Thank you for giving me the will to do what I do every day. That will lives in the fifth house, but y'all know that each house that is touched by another house, those themes tend to bleed over into it. So that will, that strength, that determination from the fifth house leads over into the sixth house of daily tasks and routines. So thank you for giving me the strength and the will to do what I do every day. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Mother, for giving me the wisdom on how to proceed on with regards to my daily tasks, the things that I do every day. Thank you. Thank you, angels, for protecting me while I do what I do. Thank you. Express that gratitude, okay? All right? Remember, when you express that gratitude, you have it. Gratitude is always the right attitude. Let's see, 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you have or 1 hour and 15 seconds rather. If you have Cancer in your seventh house, the seventh house is what? Partnership. Seventh house is about your partnerships. It's about your marriage, your partnerships, your business partnerships, relationships, all that stuff lives in the seventh house. So with Cancer in that seventh house, you feel what your partners are feeling. You've got you literally can feel you're an empath. You're an empath in the seventh house. So you feel the energy of your partnerships. Okay. I feel what my partner feels. I feel what's going on in this business that I own or this business that I'm operating, that I jointly operate. Okay. Now that's more that Cancer energy that's about family as well. So you could be someone that has a family business. You could be somebody that has a family business as well. So I have a family business. Some of you may not want that, but some of you may. Okay. Just take what resonates and toss the rest. If it's not for you, it's not for you, but it might be for somebody else. An affirmation that you could speak during this full moon cycle. I have a family business. Some of you all are going to see that. Some of you all may see the fruits of that show up. Okay. I feel what my partner's feeling. I can relate. I relate to the emotions of my partner. Okay. I am a safe space for my partners. I'm a safe space for my spouse. I'm a safe space for anyone I'm in a relationship with. I am protective over my partnerships. I share my heart with my partner. Okay, those are some affirmations. Those are some themes that you're going to see come in with this full moon. Again, y'all, and the reason why I'm taking this path is because, again, whatever you guys manifested 6 months ago, you're probably going to start to see that stuff coming in. So that's why I'm not getting super specific, because to be honest with you, each of you manifested something different based on the house that you have Cancer in. I know I'm being a little bit repetitive of what I said in the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. This is a very different path. Affirmations. We're doing affirmations tonight, and we're expressing gratitude. We always express gratitude during the full moon. The new moon is impregnating the universe. The full moon is accepting the baby and expressing gratitude. Okay? So, with those partnerships, express gratitude. I thank you for this partnership that I have. Whether it's a happy partnership or a not so happy partnership, y'all. If it's a not so happy partnership, still express gratitude because you learned something from it. There's a saying in sports, we learn more from our losses than our victories. We learn more from our losses than our victories. When you lose, you learn what you need to do to win. When you win, you just learn that, okay, what I've been working on, finally it showed up. It came through for me. But for you to learn how to win, you got to lose. How about that? For you to learn how to win, you have to lose. If you never lose, you really don't know how to win. You're just winning, but I know that sounds contrary for some people, but I've seen NCAA tournament years where teams have gone to the NCAA tournament undefeated, and when they face adversity, they don't know how to handle it because they've never been down like that. They haven't tasted defeat. So when it gets bad, when it rains, it pours for them. Had they lost earlier in the year, they would be able to have a point of reference that says, "Hey, you know what? We've been here before. This is how we learned how to come back. We've been here before. We tasted this before. We went in the film room. We looked at film. We saw what we did wrong. We got on a practice court. We fixed it. Let's flip this thing now." Okay? So don't feel bad when you're expressing gratitude for your relationship. Don't feel bad if don't feel like you're crazy for expressing gratitude for it because you learned something from it. I guarantee you won't make the same mistakes in the next relationship. I guarantee you that. So express gratitude for that. Thank you for my relationship. Thank you for the heart chakra growth that I've experienced during this relationship. Thank you for how this relationship helped me to open my heart. Thank the angels for protecting your union. Thank you for keeping these low vibrational evil intent influences away from our relationship. Thank your angels. Thank your angels. They're part of your team. A lot of us don't give our angels enough. We don't express gratitude enough. And they're assigned to us by the Most High. So it's perfectly normal to thank your angels. Who among you would not thank your bodyguard if you hired a security company and they sent you two bodyguards and they got you through wherever you needed to be escorted to and back, and just write a letter to the company saying, "Hey, thank you for sending those bodyguards," but you never thank the bodyguards. Think about that for a minute, okay? So your relationships are safe spaces. I am a safe space for my partner. My partner is comfortable. My partner I am protective of my partner. All right? Those are some themes. Those are some affirmations. And of course, you express your gratitude. We did that. Let's move on to the eighth house. 105, 105, 50. If you have Cancer in your eighth house is about transformation. It's about transformation. Okay? I transform through my emotions. I transform my own emotions. I help others to transform their emotions. I have transformed emotionally. I am a new me. I have a new heart. I have a new heart. I have a more powerful ability to manifest through my emotions. When my emotions are high vibrational, I manifest good things. I heal, I regenerate through interactions with my family. Eighth house cancers. Interactions with my family help me to renew. I renew my energy through family. I renew my energy by being at home. I recharge, I renew, I regenerate. I transform by being at home. I transform by getting into my heart space. Okay? Eighth house is shared resources as well. I help others to transform. I help others to transform through sharing what I have. All right? Those are some themes. I transform my emotions. I help others to transform their emotions. I heal others through the energy of transformation. I heal others through the energy of transformation. That eighth house cancer is almost like being a Scorpio moon. So think about that. Express gratitude. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father, for giving me the ability to transform. Thank you for giving me the ability to alchemize. Thank you, Divine Mother, for giving me the wisdom. Giving me the wisdom to help me transform my emotions, transform my emotional intelligence. Thank you, divine angels, for protecting my emotions with any actual partners that I have. Thank you for helping to transform my and heal my actual energy. I dropped the S off for YouTube. I don't want to go there tonight with it. Okay, those are some themes. Those are some themes. Those are some themes. Okay. Now, let's move on to the ninth house. We're almost done, y'all. 10820. Ninth house. If you have Cancer in your ninth house, what are some affirmations? My heart is expansive. My emotions are free. My emotions cannot be contained by others. My emotions cannot be controlled by others. I am free emotionally. I help my family to be free. I'm home wherever I travel to. Wherever I go abroad, I'm there. My heart goes with me. I'm home there. Wherever I go, that is my home. That's that ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius. Okay. I have higher emotional intelligence. I teach others about emotions. I teach others emotional intelligence. I teach others how to heal. I am a gifted empath. I am a gifted empath. I have higher knowledge with regards to what it is I'm feeling. Those are some themes. Those are some themes. I am safe. I am comfortable traveling abroad. My heart is expansive. I have an expansive, I am a gifted healer. Our gifts live in the ninth house. I am a gifted healer. Thank you, Father, for providing me with the freedom to roam. Thank you for providing me with the freedom to explore the to explore whatever is in my heart, to explore and to go out and seek my heart's desires, unencumbered, unencumbered. Thank you for the expansion of my heart chakra. Those of you that have Cancer in your ninth house, you have huge hearts. You have huge hearts. Whatever you manifested, it's probably 2x, 3x when it's coming in. I don't know what you manifested 6 months ago during the new moon in Cancer, but it's probably 2x or 3x right now. So express gratitude. Express gratitude. You have a large capability to heal others. You have a large capability to protect others. You have a large capability to nurture others. I'm a big nurturer. I have big emotions. I have big, high vibrational emotions. If you've got Cancer in your ninth house, you may have a big family. I have a big family. I have a huge family. I have an expansive family. Okay. All right. So those are some themes. Thank you, angels, for protecting me at home and abroad. Thank you for protecting me while I'm out. Thank you for protecting me from myself with my huge heart. Thank you for protecting me from others who would take advantage of my big heart. Thank you. Thank you for that eternal wisdom, Divine Mother. Thank you for that eternal wisdom. Thank you for the eternal emotional wisdom. You have a high amount of emotional intelligence if you have Cancer in your ninth house. All right, let's move on to the 10th house. 11140. Let's say 11140. If you have Cancer in your 10th house, what is the 10th house? The 10th house is about career, achievement, overcoming, success, climbing over obstacles, problem solving. Those are themes. A public. It's about legacy. How am I viewed in the public? All right. Those are some themes. If you have Cancer in your 10th house, the public loves me. I love the public. I love those who are. Now, it's not just everybody. Cancer is very selective. Okay. But this has to deal with people outside of your home. 4th house is I love my family. 10th house is I love my colleagues. I love the people I work with. I help to nurture people in my career. I have a career that nurtures others. I have a career that perhaps protects others. I am family oriented in the career space. I am family oriented in the career space. I work from home. I work from home. Okay? All right? I pour my heart into my career. I pour my heart into my career. I love what I do. Similar to the 6th house, I love my career. I nurture others. I heal others outside of myself. Some of you with that Cancer in the 10th house, you have careers in either healthcare or just taking care of others or teaching others or nurturing others, helping to build others through your heart. You're somebody with a big heart as well. I achieve success through my heart. I have the ability to feel what others need and how to help others overcome. All right? I am successful. I am emotionally intelligent. My emotional intelligence helps me to be successful. All right? Those are some themes for Cancer in the 10th house. You have a nurturing personality. You have a nurturing persona. People see you as nurturing, whether you are masculine or feminine. All right? You have the ability to, when you leave your house, you can touch the lives of others and heal them. You can touch the lives of others and heal them. How? Because you feel them. You feel them. When you're a 10th house Cancer, you have to protect your energy as well, because you have the ability to absorb energies, positive and negative, whatever spaces you go into in the career space. So you have to protect your energy as well. But I am protected. I am protected at work. My work is comfortable. My career is comfortable. I have a comfortable career. I create a safe space. I create a safe career space for myself and for others. Express gratitude for that. Okay? Express gratitude for that. Your emotions are tied to your career. You show up emotionally in your career. So, give thanks. Thank you, Father, for giving me a career where the energy, my ability to feel helps me to make great career decisions. Thank you for that. Divine Mother, thank you for giving me the emotional intelligence to choose the right path, to know what areas I need to go into, what spaces I need to go into to be of service to others, to be a healer, to be that empathic, that spiritual healer. Okay? All right? Thank you, angels, for protecting me at work. Thank you, angels, for protecting me while I'm away from home. Thank you, Father, for every career that I've gone into. I've been able to make it feel like home wherever I am. Thank you for this achievement and this success and this inner knowing, this heart intelligence that helps me to be successful. That 10th house is about success, achievement. So thank you. Give thanks. Give thanks. Let's move on to the 11th house. 116, 10. 116, 10. Okay. Affirmations. Affirmations, positive affirmations for that 11th house. That 11th house is what? That is our group memberships, our relationships, our friendships, our how we relate to others, how we relate to others outside of home, away from our families, okay? Group partnerships, how we show up for others, how we use our how our hearts help to uplift groups that we're associated with, teams that we're associated with, causes that we're associated with, humanitarian projects that we're associated with. I feel the pulse of the world. I feel the emotions of these groups. My group memberships become my family. These are my family. My heart, I pour my heart into the cause of others. I have the ability, I have the emotional intelligence to know when and how to push back against systems that do not serve the best interest of others. I am a safe place for others. I innovate via my emotional intelligence. I feel what can be improved and I improve it. I feel what should be improved and I improve it. I shine the light into dark places. That heart chakra that shines that light. Okay. All right. Those are some themes. I help others to create homes. I help others to create homes. If you've got Cancer in the 10th house or Cancer in the 11th house, real estate might be a profession that you're in. I represent others. Some of y'all are real estate agents. Some of y'all are real estate agents. Okay. Some of you fight for the cause of others in the space of home and family. Some of you are group counselors. Some of you counsel groups. Some of you use your heart chakra energy, your empathic energy to help others heal in groups. I am a healer of the group. I heal others with my heart. I buck against systems that do not serve others. Why? Because I feel them. When you feel, you can heal. Okay? I create safe spaces in groups. And your gratitude. Thank you, Father, for protecting me, or thank you, angels, for protecting me while I'm in these groups. Thank you for protecting my heart. I know that as a Cancer in the 11th house, I can absorb energies from others in these different groups I'm associated with. Thank you for protecting my heart. Pardon me. Thank you, Divine Mother, for giving me the wisdom and the emotional intelligence to help me in my efforts to help others. Thank you, Father, for giving me the opportunity to help others through my empathic nature, through my heart chakra, through my emotional intelligence. Thank you. All right. Thank you for protection. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for provision. Now, finally, moving on to the 12th house, the last one. This is, let's say 120. If you have Cancer in your 12th house, what's that 12th house? That 12th house is the house of connection to the spirit realm. That 12th house is the bridge between heaven and earth, the physical and the spiritual, the natural and the supernatural. So I feel the unseen. A lot of you that have Cancer in the 12th house, you also work with people that perhaps have emotional issues that they don't talk about. Perhaps even some mental health issues that they're working. Some of you, again, Cancer is a sign of the healer, the empathic healer, and the 12th house is where, hidden things that are hidden live. So you have that superpower that gives you the ability to feel things that are hidden. I feel things that I do not see. I feel things that I do not see. I use my heart to help others to heal those things that they cannot even put a finger on. They know something is broken, but they don't know how. I feel the unseen realm. I feel when people, I feel some of you are channelers. Some of you are psychic channelers. You have the ability to feel spiritual energies. I know that may sound scary to some of you, but you already know what I'm talking about if you have Cancer in the 12th house. You're not afraid of it. Others might be afraid of you, but you're not afraid of it. So you heal those that have deep hidden emotional issues. I heal those that have deep emotional issues, hidden issues, because I feel them. I heal ancestral lineages. I feel what needs to be healed with regards to generational patterns. I'm a generational healer. I am a generational curse breaker. I feel what my ancestors felt when they walked here, because a lot of you were sent here to go through those same things that they went through. For you to overcome a thing, you got to go through it. For you to defeat an enemy, you have to face that enemy. All right. So that those generational things, generational patterns, I don't like the word generational curses. Some people call it that. I prefer to call it a generational pattern. It can be broken. Okay. You, Cancer in the 12th house, you are a generational pattern breaker. You came here to disrupt negative generational patterns. You do it by feeling what needs to be broken and what need those patterns that need to be broken and fixed. And because of the love energy that you have in your heart, you have a love for your family, you have a love for your family line. You've heard the stories of these things that your family members went through, and you said, you know what, I was sent here to heal those. For you to heal it, you got to feel it. For you to heal it, you got to feel it. But you also create safe spaces for others. I am a safe space for those that feel like they have nobody to talk to. I am a safe space for those that feel like nobody listens to them or sees them or feels them. I feel them. That is your gift. That's your superpower. Okay? I create a safe space for them. Anything that my family went through, I was sent here to heal it. So you get that thanks to the Father for being that bridge. Father, thank you for being the bridge for me between heaven and earth, between the challenges that those that came before me went through and the challenges that I see today. That thank you for sending me, Divine Mother, Holy Spirit. Thank you for giving me the wisdom on how to use my heart, how to interpret the things that I'm feeling that need to be healed. Thank you, angels, for protecting me as I'm dealing with these unseen energies, these unseen forces. Thank you for protecting me. Everybody came here to do something different, y'all. That's all I got. That's all I got for those affirmations and those gratitude statements. So, y'all, this is a very different video. I know this one was very different. This is very different from anyone I've done before. I think it is the energy of what is going on right now with this particular transit. Again, when this Cancer, and we're in that wrap up energy now. So let me say wrap up at 124.32. When you're looking at this particular lunar transit, y'all, we got a lot of things that are emerging this year. You've got this full moon peaking at 13 degrees of Aries. Peaking at 13 degrees of Cancer. The 13th degree is a degree of Aries. That 13th degree has to deal with appearances, emergence. Okay. This is a 1 year. So we've got a lot of emergence happening this year. We're seeing it already in this first Gregorian calendar month of the year. I know everybody says that this ain't the real new year, whatever. It just depends on what you're looking at. I talked about that on my other channel. There are different new years, okay? There's no one single new year. It just depends on what aspect of time that you're looking at, okay? If you're in the northern hemisphere and you want to say the new year begins in spring, then new year begins in March on the first day of Aries season. Okay. If you're in the southern hemisphere and you want to say that the new year begins in spring, then your new year begins on the first day of Libra season. That's how that works. So it starts in September if you are in the southern hemisphere. So who's right? If the first day of spring is the new year, then it can't be the new year for people to live in the southern hemisphere. If it's in March for people in the northern hemisphere, it can't be in March for people that are in the southern hemisphere. Because March in the southern hemisphere is what? That's the first day of fall. That's the first day of fall. Our winter solstice is in December. Their winter solstice is in June. So you got two different, right there. You got two different astrological New Years. Okay. And if you just want to call the New Year's start of the year Aries season because it's the first signs, the rule of the first house, then yeah, it would be in March. But if you're saying spring, it's going to be something different in the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. All right. If you want to talk about the motion of the sun, then the new year begins on December 25th because that is when the sun begins its ascent back up to its highest point in the dome. Yeah, I said that. The sky. The sun sits in its lowest point in the sky during the winter solstice. It stays there for about 2.5, 3 days. After that, it begins to rise again. It rose on the third day. The sun rose on the third day. It's the same thing. It's not blasphemous for anybody watching this that thinks that. Yeah, I'm someone who definitely believes in the story of Yeshua. Okay, I grew up with that. Nobody can tell me that didn't happen. That's my personal belief. Did I see it? No. Do I know in my heart it happened? I happen to know in my heart it happened. Okay. But it is also parallel with what happens with the sun. Okay. What happens with the sun? The sun dies at the Southern Cross. You can look this up. That's an astrological motion. It stays there at the lowest point in the sky for 3 days, 2.5, 3 days. And then it begins 2.5 days. On the third day, it begins to rise back up in the sky. And the days begin to get longer and the nights begin to get shorter until you hit that spring equinox where you have an equal number of daylight hours and nighttime hours. And then the days get longer. They get longer than the night until you hit that summer solstice, which is the peak. It's its highest point in the sky. And then it starts to come back down. So you could say that if you're judging from the motion of the sun in the sky, then the new year would start on December 25th. All right. So there's whatever. All right. Just wanted to give y'all that quick lesson on that. But that's all I got, y'all. I'm going to read some comments tonight. Thank y'all for riding this one out. I know this was a very different video. Just expect good things to happen. Again, based on this, and I know I'm getting a little bit off the rails, but this is the wrap up. This 2026 year. This is where we're going to see this right here. In one sense, we're going to see a split. In another sense, we're going to see a convergence. We're going to see a convergence. Okay. Two different realities going on here with this emergence energy that we're seeing in this 1 year. That's the beginning of a new 9-year cycle. If you've been struggling over the last 9 years, you're in the good life now. Not about to. You're in the good life now. It's your time. All right. If you've been at the top of the game, but you've been wicked over the last 9 years, then you're about to hit struggle time. You're about to be on the struggle bus. You're on the struggle bus right now. They pushed you on it. It just hadn't picked up a whole lot of speed yet, but it's picking up slowly and steadily. It's picking that speed up. So welcome to the good life. If you've been putting in the work, welcome to the good life. This full moon in Cancer energy, again, this particular full moon, and again, the effect is here, y'all, because this is the calmest I've been in a long time. But that Cancer energy is nurturing. It's nurturing. So whoever's supposed to see this video, I hope that you guys have seen it, and I hope that you get what it is you're looking for out of it. If you got a question, you want to leave it in the comments underneath the video. I'm about to, I don't see the chat box, but I'm about to look and see if there's anything I need to answer. But if you're watching this video on demand, I hope that you guys got I hope you got something out of this particular video. If you have a question, drop it in the comments. I'll be happy to answer it. Okay. I'll be more than happy to answer it. I'm just going down the path that I was sent down for this particular video. This is the last one. This is the last moon video. Okay. So this one is very different. It's about affirmations and gratitude. We always do gratitude. This time I didn't spend a lot of time telling you what you could expect to see, but I also asked you guys to reflect back on what your manifestations were under the new moon in Cancer back in July and pay attention to see if those things are appearing in your life. This is the time where you take over and you do the work. This is the time now. You guys have been with me on these moon cycle videos for 12 months. This is the time where you take over and you start to drive the vehicle. All right. So this one had maybe that's part of the reason why this video had to come out the way it did. I totally did not expect this. Okay. And I prepared for this video before I did it. Okay. This was supposed to happen on Saturday, but I got something that came up that says, hey, I can't do this on Saturday. It had to be on Friday. So here we are. Here we are. I'm happy for y'all. This is some good energy. Typically speaking, unless you're dealing with some other planetary transits, and there could be some. I've been looking at some of the other astrologers that do horoscope and stuff, and they said we got some tension on deck coming here in January. I see that, but perception is reality too. And you guys have the ability to command your day. You have the ability to command your day and command your reality. The moon is at home in the sign of Cancer because it rules over Cancer. So you guys have the ability to be the calm in any storm that might be coming. Again, this full moon is going to peak at roughly 5 a.m. Eastern time at 13 degrees of Cancer. 13th degree is a degree of Cancer. It's also a degree of Aries. So you could potentially have some energies that look like Mars in Cancer. However, for those of you that have been doing the work, you already know. And this is why I took you guys down this path tonight. I wanted you, those affirmations help to create your reality. Affirmations help to shape your reality, and gratitude helps to bring in those things that have not appeared yet, but you know they're out there for you. You desire them. Anything that you desire it because there is a version of you that exists somewhere in the multiverse that already has what you desire. So you are here to come into alignment. That is pretty much what we incarnate for. We incarnate to grow, and we grow by forgetting who we are and then coming into alignment with our real selves. And the only way you can do that is with authenticity. And the only way you can really know for certainty what your authentic self looks like is to know your natal chart and study it. I know my natal chart. Guess what? I still study it. I've known my natal chart since 2021. Guess what? I still study it. So let me go through these comments, y'all. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I really appreciate you all. Again, I know this is a very different video, but I think you all that have the emotional intelligence to be able to decipher what we're working with. Okay. All right. So let's see. Freya, you said, I know my spirit team. Let's put some of these on the screen. She said, I know my spirit team has me in the mandatory constant attitude of gratitude. Wow. And I hope you're thanking them for that fair use, because let me tell you something. When they put you in that attitude of gratitude is so powerful. I think it is one of the most undervalued energies in existence. Gratitude is so undervalued. It is so underrated. You can disarm an enemy through gratitude. You can. I know that sounds crazy, but you can. Hey, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for this abuse you're giving me right now, because you're teaching me how to handle this if I ever see it again. They might be like, man, I'm about to rob you. You thanking me? Yeah, I thank you, because I wouldn't have known how to handle a situation like this had you not showed up to rob me. Man, here, take your wallet, man. I don't even want it, player. I don't even want it. Nah, man, you all right. I'm going to go rob somebody else that ain't got no gratitude for me robbing them. I'm going to rob you and you thanking me for robbing you, man. Tell you what, I'm kind of down on my luck. Tell you what, man, I really just robbing you because I'm hungry. Can you take me down the street, man? Just buy me something to eat, man. Then maybe hook me up with some groceries to take home to my family. I don't know you, man, but I like you. I like you already. Sure. See how that situation turned around? That's hypothetical, but I'm telling you how this energy works. Okay? So thank you for sharing that, fair use. So I saw a World of Signs posted a photo of the clouds looked like some waves. Wow. Be reassured, I'm a Cancer moon and my husband is a Cancer rising. It's a lot of Cancer energy. So hopefully you kind of caught what I was putting down out here. Hopefully you caught what I was putting down. I'm a Cancer moon myself, and this is a very different Cancer moon. This is a very different one. V Rayshaw, tell me in the comments, do you find sometimes that during the full moon cycles you tend to get emotional? You tend to go through these emotional highs and lows at the same time during these full moon cycles? Put it in the comments, because I need to know I'm not the only one historically, but I'm here to tell you that there's something different about this particular Cancer moon. Like I haven't been in any heavy energy. This one has been really chill. This one has been super chill already. And it hasn't peaked yet. We're in that full moon influence, but it hasn't peaked yet. But for some reason, this one is super chill. So tell me that. Tell me that, V. Ray Shaw. Tell me. Cassandra, what's up? What's up? Thank you for joining. She said 100. I'm not sure what you were saying 100 on, but I thank you for saying 100. Okay. She said that's beautiful. But don't let this smoothness fool you. That's right. That's right. Jupiter in Cancer, that's one of the best placements. That is one of the best placements. It is. I love that for you, fair use. What's up, Green Tambourine? What's up, Lady Dagger Status? Abundance and gratitude. TNT, love, 3111. What's up there? Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Hot Shot. What's up, Hot Shot? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Said thanks and gratitude, Matt. This is beautiful. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. Again, it was very different. It was very different. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for understanding. That shows me how much emotional intelligence y'all have. Thank y'all. She said this was beautiful. I will go back and listen from the beginning tomorrow. Thank you, Matt. You're very welcome. I appreciate y'all. The more I unlearn, learn, and remember, I don't hold tightly to anything of the false matrix. I'm right there with you, Cassandra. I'm so right there with you. I am so right there with you. Fair, you said we have been putting in the work, and we can see that the destiny swappers have bought themselves a ticket to the train of pain. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Nobody can ever have anything that's destined for you. The worst they can do is delay you, and they delay you through the energy of distraction. Once you turn off that distraction and say this is not going to affect me, they can't even keep you from your destiny. The only person that could ever keep you from your destiny really is you, and that only happens by your operating outside of authenticity. So what's yours is yours. Yeah, they're gonna be in that ticket to the train of pain. Okay. Funny you say that. It is calming. Lots of chaos around, but it seems calm. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for sharing that, Lady Dagger Status. Thank you. That was funny, right? It was sad but true. Indeed. It's true when they expect to fight but get gratitude, it confounds them. It does. It really does. It really does. Same here, Cancer Moon. Okay, all right, we got a bunch of Cancer Moons up in here. Okay. Yes, I do. LOL. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's been super chill. It really has. It really has. So that's all I got, y'all. Isn't it funny how we like when we're at the same vibrational frequency, y'all, a lot of us are feeling the same things at the same time. I'm telling y'all, man, 2026 is the official split. It's a split on one hand and a convergence on the other. It is a split on one hand and a convergence on the other. It is a split of the righteous from the wicked and a reunification of the righteous together. The righteous have been separated, divided all around the world. This is putting me in the mind of Moana 2. If y'all haven't seen the Moana movies, Moana 1 was entertaining. Moana 2 was eye-opening. But not to play spoiler too bad, but in Moana 2 carried that energy of reunification. Scattered tribes all around the world being reunified. Pardon me. Atlantis being raised up out of the ocean. Y'all, we don't know what we're going to see this year, but I can tell you, if you've been doing the work, what you're going to see is going to be bliss. It is bliss. It is so blissful. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I can't wait for that day, y'all. It's going to be so many. The hardest among us are going to be crying. I'm one of the hardest dudes I know. The hardest among us is going to be crying. Y'all, if you ever see water, if you ever see me do this right here, that's like the average person boo-hooing. Now, if I'm boo-hooing, it's really emotional. Like, I don't boo-hoo much at all. I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've boo-hooed in my adult life. I'm telling you, whatever is coming, y'all, it's gonna be some, like we used to say in baseball tryouts in high school on that last day of tryouts. We used to say it's gonna be some cheers and it's gonna be some tears. But we here, y'all. We are here. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. What'd she say? This is good information. I can't wait to go back and listen from the beginning. Thank you, Hotshot. Yes, this is why I love this chat. I love y'all in this chat. I really do. I don't feel like it's just me most times. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That is right. You can't talk to everyone, so it feels really good to relate and talk in chats. That is so correct, Lady Dagger Status. She said, I'm excited for real, for real. Y'all, some say I never cry. If you make me cry, serious. Yo, that's that Capricorn energy too, Lady Dagger Status. That's that Capricorn energy too. That is that Capricorn energy. And that's that Scorpionic life path 8 number. All right. When you see, those are two signs where if you see them crying, it's intense. It's intense. Okay. Aquarius is another one. If you see an Aquarius crying, Aquarius, Capricorn, Scorpio, those are 3 signs where if you see them crying, it's intense because they don't. Taurus is another one. That's another one. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. She said, "Thank you for all you have taught us, Master Teacher." Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fair Use. I ain't going nowhere. I gotta listen. Next up, let me give y'all what's next up on the slate before I get up out of here. My next live stream, it'll probably be this coming. What's today? Today's Friday. It feels like Saturday. It has felt like Saturday all day, y'all. If I didn't know I had something to do tomorrow, I would think today was Saturday. It has felt like Saturday all day for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like, why does this feel like Saturday? But that's this wobble that time is on. But time is collapsing. Time the way we know it is collapsing. So yeah. What was I gonna say to that? What was I gonna say to that? That's what I was saying, fair use. This next one, I'll probably drop maybe Monday night. I don't know. Hopefully I'd like to get it in on Monday night. Let me tell y'all something. When I drop this jewel on y'all about the true the true meaning of that whole, the way that breaks down with the rich man and the camel and the eye of the needle, the downloads are still coming in. So I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere, fair use. She says she likes the mustache. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, I was thinking about shaving it off today, and I just said I better keep it a little bit longer. Plus, somebody, uh, y'all, there's a picture out there of me. I would put it on social media, but I would probably be encouraged not to. But there's a picture of me from when I was in boot camp with no. I pretty much have been a hair. I think I came out the womb with a 5 o'clock shadow. No joke. I've always had a little bit of a shadow, even when I didn't have any mustache hair. And anyway, there's a photo of me in boot camp where my lip, because I got no hair on it, and that was, they weren't trying to hear no. Most brothers can't. We have to be very careful with how we use razors because our hair is coiled naturally. If you don't use a razor the right way, you'll get these severe hair bumps, and all these hair bumps are the hairs coiling up underneath the skin. That's what causes hair bumps. I had one so big when I was in the desert over in the Persian Gulf. I literally had something on the side of my face, and I was like, "Oh man, I done came over here and caught some bug or something that's burrowed into my skin." That thing was like that. It was like that big around, y'all. And then I was just like, all right, I'm gonna have to go and see the doctor. He probably gonna have to cut this thing out, whatever it is. And then I felt something tickling my face, and I was like, what is that? And I went and looked in the mirror, and it looked like a little piece of black lint. And y'all, I grabbed that. That thing came from that far out my face. It was a hair coiled up that big. So anyway, yeah. So this picture, it makes my lip. This picture of me in boot camp makes my lip look like it's all the way down here because I shaved it with a razor and I ain't have any hair on my lip. So I won't ever shave that close again. But when I do shave, y'all, it 2 hours later it's gonna look like I did it. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was a bad ingrown hair, Lady Dagger status. It was. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, fair use. I do. Yeah, so y'all, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. The downloads are still coming in, but y'all, we are on cruise control now. What I'm gonna share this with y'all because some of y'all might feel this because we just talking now, right? I can put this I can put these the timestamps away. We just talking now. Let me wrap it y'all a little bit before I get off here because we just rapping at this point. Y'all, let me tell you something. The way I'm feeling right now, I'm just feeling like we are in cruise control. Like it's, and I know that this Gregorian calendar is only about 400 years old. Before that, it was the Julian calendar. And then before that, you had the Hebrew calendar, you had the Mayan calendar, you got the Egyptian Coptic calendar. Everybody's got different calendars. And, people want to throw stones and say, well, this calendar's wrong. This calendar, y'all, I say this, if I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. It does not matter how many slices there are in the pie. I don't care if it's an 8-month calendar. I don't care if it's a 12-month calendar. I don't care if it's a 13-month calendar. I don't care if it's a 24-month calendar. I don't care if it's a 26-month calendar. A pie is still 360 degrees. You get a pizza in a big old freaking pizza cutter. You can slice that thing into microfine slices. Guess what? It's still 360 degrees. So the only thing that matters really, y'all, are the equinoxes and the solstices. I've said that before. Those are the corners of the circle. They sit opposite each other. Those are the axes. Okay. You got the equinox axis and you got the solstice axis. However way you choose to slice it in between that, it doesn't matter, y'all. Those are some of the vain arguments that we have that really don't matter. It doesn't matter because twice a year, you're going to have an equal number of daylight hours and nighttime hours. And twice a year, you're going to hit a peak where you've got a minimal number of daylight hours and a maximum number of nighttime hours. And then a minimal number of nighttime hours and a maximum number of daylight hours. Summer solstice, winter solstice, spring equinox, fall equinox. However many months you want to make that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, y'all. So, what was I saying? Why was I bringing that up, y'all? I don't even remember why I was bringing that up. That's more of that Mercury and Sagittarius, but Mercury and Sagittarius and third house Sagittarius. But yeah, just want to wrap with y'all, man. It's that's what I was saying. Cruise control. What oh, that's what. Okay, let me get back to my point now. So I was bringing this up. It's almost like a switch happened around the winter solstice. Around the winter solstice, okay? The last day of Sagittarius season, the first day of Capricorn season, and maybe those next 2 or 3 days, y'all. I was really tired. I was trying to rest. For some reason, y'all, I don't know why it is. My body can be dog tired, but when there's still sunshine out, it's hard for me to sleep. So I do better just trying to get as much sleep as I can at night because during the day, if I'm tired, I'm just going to be cranky. That's just how I'm wired. But that being said, y'all, during that winter solstice this year, I felt like a switch happened. And when that winter solstice ended on December 25th, I feel like, and I'm not somebody, I don't celebrate Christmas. So, when people say Merry Christmas, I just say it back because I'm not that anal where I'm like, I don't celebrate no Christmas. Don't say Merry Christmas to me. Is that necessary? Did they harm you by saying Merry Christmas? No. You're not, you're not being quote unquote pagan. You know how you worship. You know how you do what you do spiritually. So I don't get into that. But if you bark on somebody because they say Merry Christmas, then do you. I don't care. It don't affect me. But what I'm saying is, when that solstice ended, y'all, I felt like a switch occurred and everything went on cruise control. It's almost like the universe came and snatched away all the tools I had in my hand: the shovel, the hammer, the pickaxe, the axe, the saw, the drills, everything that Capricorn is a sign of the builder, everything I felt like I've just been constantly building. I felt like the universe came and snatched it and said, hey, you're on cruise control now. You are on cruise control. And I've had some very vivid dreams that have spoken to that in those days since that winter solstice. Here we are, Friday, January 2nd. I'm telling y'all, if y'all go check out my other channel, MDT Triple H Spirit Guidance. I've dropped some. Let me put that in the chat. That's the channel name. Y'all check out my other channel. I dropped some very interesting energy readings on there. Energy readings that are speaking to that. Y'all, it's cruise control time. If you've been putting the work in, the Most High says stop. A lot of y'all don't want to stop. That's that Capricorn energy. That's that earth sign energy. That's that fire sign energy sometimes. Nah, I got to keep going. Most High said, nah, okay. You ain't going to stop unless we snatch the tools away from you. We're here to tell you it's collect time. It's collect. You can sit down now. The work is over. A lot of y'all are in chill mode because the work is over. And a lot of us that have had our minds wrapped into this matrix and what success looks like as defined by the matrix, y'all, we're the ones that's about to get the biggest surprise. Because the Most High I've been telling y'all, and I saw this in that, I believe it was that scripture I read in the 49th chapter of Isaiah in one of my previous live streams, where it was saying the prophet's portion will be the fatness of something or something like that. Y'all that's been out here, not prophet, priest. Y'all that's been out here, y'all chosen ones, y'all anointed ones, y'all that have been sent into this earth plane to do specific works, even if it's just to simply exist where you live. Some of y'all have frequencies where all you were sent here to do is exist in the locale that you live in, because your being there is you're being plugged into the energetic grid of the earth and reactivating that piece of it. Some of y'all light workers, didn't necessarily come here to inspire people. Some of y'all came here simply to exist in the cities where y'all live. Now, in existing there, y'all had to deal with some energies that were not comfortable. But let me tell you something. Y'all are the ones that's about to get hit off. Y'all are the ones that everything is going chill now for, and you can't even understand why. But y'all are also the ones where your mentality of what success looks like was tied into this matrix system that says, okay, success means this amount of money. Listen, and I'm giving you the messages that were given to me by the Holy Spirit. You cannot measure your rewards based on the currency of a system that's going away. You cannot measure your rewards based on the currency of a system that is going away. So if you're still in this chat listening to what I'm saying, you have no idea what your rewards are about to look like, because the type of rewards that you are going to receive are not measured by what this matrix says success is. A lot of us say, okay, success for me is an 8-figure portfolio. 8-figure portfolio. The portfolio is going away because that went with this dark system of this world. So how is he going to pay a light worker in terms of a dark system? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I like the word understand because guess what? When you understand it, you could take that 30,000 foot mountaintop Capricorn view and step out and see the whole picture. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying right now. Your success cannot be measured in terms of what this matrix calls success, because this matrix has collapsed. Speak those things that are not as though they are. This matrix has collapsed. Y'all are just seeing the fruits of it. It's already collapsed. We're just catching up with that outcome. Why? Because we're bound by linear time. But even linear time is collapsing. I think what is emerging into this reality is something of the level of the mythical Atlantis that has not been seen in this realm for thousands of years. We see relics via those ancient Tartarian buildings with the etheric antennas on them. We see relics of what it used to look like. But those aren't all over the earth. And yet those buildings stand where it is so easy for these modern buildings that were built by man's hands to be washed away in floods and hurricanes and tornadoes, to be torn up, ripped up by earthquakes. And yet these ancient buildings still stand. Those, I believe, are old world relics. Free energy is coming back. Why? Because it's never left. It has only had the illusion of not being here. You're paying for energy. You're paying for these lights to be on. That should not be. Because the people who are charging you are not responsible for the energy. They did not create the energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. Okay? Y'all have no idea what your rewards are going to look like because they have not been seen in the physical, neither recorded in any physical books, at least none that anybody has access to, for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. This is why y'all are being sat down right now. And this is why everything all of a sudden is so chill. That switch happened with that winter solstice of calendar year 2025, which was a 9-year, marking the end of a 9-year cycle. Some of y'all gonna be so stunned. Get excited. Get excited, y'all. I can't even believe the energy I've been in. I cannot believe the energy I've been in this past week. Because that Capricorn in me wants to grind. But the spirit is like, there's nothing left for you to grind on. We got it from here. We got it from here. You already got people, some of these astrologers that I watch or used to watch, I don't watch them as much anymore, talking about they're predicting alien contact, and they're seeing it in the astrology. they're predicting alien contact in 2026 and seeing it in the astrology. Yeah, no duh. But it ain't the aliens that they've been showing in television. This is the flip. It's here, y'all. Congratulations to those of y'all that have been doing the work. Congratulations to those of y'all that had oil in your lamps. Y'all are the ones that the Messiah, Yeshua, was talking about in the parable of the 5 wise virgins and the 5 foolish virgins. Shout out to those of y'all that kept that oil in the lamp waiting, not knowing what time the bridegroom was going to show up, but you waited anyway. You got your oil. Man, it's about to be, whew. I got chills right now thinking about it. I'm not even playing with y'all. Like, I just got a cold chill. Like, I need to put a coat on. It's that real, y'all. It's that real. I can't stop talking about it. I'm like, why is it all of a sudden everything's so chill? Is this the calm before the proverbial storm? And if so, even that's not something that you got to worry about, because I've said it on this channel before and I'm going to say it again. These cycles of new birth and destruction happen on this realm throughout eternity. Remember, with the creation story, he said, darkness was upon the face of the waters. Guess what that means? That means those elements were already present. Water was already present at the time of creation. When y'all understand and understand this, you know what this looks like. But guess what? The righteous are always moved out of the way before the soil gets turned over. Before destruction comes, the righteous are always moved out of the way. So this is why y'all can chill right now. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. It's the wicked that need to be concerned right now. They scrambling. I see little videos pop up across my IG, not IG, well, IG too, but YouTube on that For You page. And some of the stuff I don't even look at because it's comical to me. It's like a president ain't even a president no more. A prime minister of a country ain't even a prime minister anymore. Y'all out here cosplaying now. The system is over. It's over. Y'all, what do y'all run? Y'all ain't running nothing. Y'all run a relic. You are part of the relic that you're running. They aren't in charge of anything anymore. Can y'all feel it? Can y'all feel it? Did y'all see the thing where somebody was talking about President Trump the other day? He said President Trump said, well, you know, you better enjoy this because this is going to be the last Christmas. I was like, did he come out of his mouth with that? Like, it didn't. Y'all, deep fakes have a signature on it. If you got a discerning eye, you can kind of see a deep fake. That did not look like a deep fake. This was Trump saying, enjoy this past Christmas because it's the last one. And y'all, I kid you not, dating back to 1994, 95, dating back to 1994, 95, I started getting this feeling like, is this going to be the last Christmas? Dating back to 94, 95, I kid you not. I kid you not. If Boss Lady was on this call, she would attest to it. I kid you not. Dating back to 94, 95, I used to say, why does this feel like it's starting to be like, that was back when I was still celebrating Christmas. I was like, Christmas don't feel like Christmas anymore. It's been slowly coming on. And now, y'all, I look at these world leaders like y'all ain't in charge of nothing. You about to find out, y'all about to find out just how weak your military is with all the technology. Joel chapter 3. He said, get your biggest and baddest and tell them to meet me down here in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And by the way, I'm coming by myself. That's how I roll. I ain't got nobody with me. Y'all, it's about to get real exciting. It's about to get real fun for some and real concerning for others. Let me read some more comments, y'all. Let me read some more comments. I just wanted to rap with y'all a little bit. Because y'all stick around. I'll give y'all a little bit of time tonight. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all. She said, last night I did get to recharge all my crystals under the full moon. So I'm excited about what's to come. You know what? This is a Cancer full moon. I probably need to make me some moon water. I do prefer to do it when it's when it's a non-aggressive moon. Like with the Aries moon, I ain't do nothing. I was like, I don't want that. I don't want that Aries energy in my water. I ain't putting no water out. I did make some moon water for the first time during that full moon in Taurus, and I was like, let me drink in this abundance. Since the energy of a Taurus is the energy of abundance, let me drink that in. So this being a full moon in Cancer, I don't know. I might make me some moon water. Thank you for talking to me about the recharging the crystals. I need to do that too because I haven't recharged mine in a while. I probably need to put them in the window. Yeah, thank you for that fair use. See, that's why I come on here with y'all, man, because y'all keep me sharp. I say it's out of my hands and over my head. Them folks gonna have to deal with the angles, guides, and Hester. I call for swift judgment Monday, Wednesday, Friday, twice on Sunday. Yo, Cassandra, that's hilarious. She said I took naps. Yeah, I try to take naps. You know what, Lady Dagger Status? If I get a nap, I just like it's almost like I'm so tired. I just take my feet off the floor, put them up on the sofa, and next thing I know, I'm out. Okay, but I don't even get to sleep long because sometimes my dog he want to come over and he like, yo, what we doing? What we doing here? Why you still sleeping? It's still daylight. So I'm like, man, look. You ever seen them cartoons like Woody Woodpecker with a dog going to the wall, leaving an indentation? You're real close, buddy. Nah, I wouldn't do that to him. But yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. Anyway, she said, I just heard pressed down and shaken together will I cause men to give into our bosom. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. She said, yep, chill, rest, and some more. I'm going to get mine in, y'all. I'm going to get it in. I really battle with saying it back. I don't want to stop their happiness. They don't know yet. I just say it back most times. Yep. That's a good way to handle it. Trust, I've been taking my naps. I go 120%, and I know when I need to rest. I'm going to make myself get some sleep this weekend. Or I'm going to try to. Yeah, look, I'm a fourth house Capricorn. So me being a Capricorn sun and then a fourth house Capricorn, that's on that fourth. I just told y'all your fourth house is a backup moon sign. That's almost like being a Capricorn moon too. I'm always working. I'm working at home. I'm working abroad. When I'm around the house, sometimes if I'm sitting still for too long, I get up and just be like, all right, what can I be doing? Like I just get the broom and start sweep. I already swept the floor. I'm gonna sweep it again. I'm trying to get better about that. My dad used to say that to me when I was little. He used to be like, boy, you just can't sit down for nothing, can you? So I try to work against my own energy. I mean, I'm a Capricorn in the fourth house. Maybe I need to figure out something else to achieve that's relaxing. Maybe I should start doing some jigsaw puzzles or something. That's achievement. And it ain't work. Maybe that's what I'll do. Anyway, what else we got here? Facts, I literally seen things change from darkness to light and clean, and I never had to say a word. Yup. Please go get your rest. That's where and when you get the uploads. That is true. When I'm at work, I can't wait to get home and sleep. Yeah, I know that feeling. I do. We're the aliens. Tell it to them again. Say it again. Absolutely. I always notice the difference in dreams when rest, even connecting dreams when my husband and I are having parts of the same dream. I've seen that before too. That's crazy. That is crazy. I've seen that happen. That's happened to me once. That has happened to me once. Me and Boss Lady, I woke up and told her I dreamed that we were at her late dad's house and he was alive in the dream. And I told her what I was watching on the television, and she was like, GTFOH. Like she didn't say it, but I'm just saying. Because she was she saw the other side of the same dream. She was in the house in the dream too at the same time. That's weird when that happens, y'all. That's weird when that happens. All praises to the Most High, Abba, Amma. I'm gonna say Abba, Amma, because them people over there say Ima, and Ima is the wrong vibration. It's Amma, it's Abba and Amma. So I'm but do you? But I'm here to tell you, E is a low vibration, Ah is a high vibration. So when I'm talking mother and father, is Abba and Amma. That beautiful Lady Dagger Status. You sure it was a dream or preview? Buy some silver, family. I've heard people talking about that. I just don't know. Listen, when this system, I hear what you're saying, and you got to play the game till the game ain't there no more. So I get that fair use. You have to play the game till the game ain't there no more. But when the Most High is done collapsing this system, when that Daniel chapter 2 statue falls over. I mean, what good is whatever investments you got in Fidelity or Charles Schwab or Ameritrade or whatever online precious metals broker you're dealing with? What good is it? Because the people running those are the ones that he coming to do war with. They're the ones that's coming to get sat down. So whatever this system is that we're going to see, trust, it's probably something that's Atlantean. It's probably something that's Lyran or something from one of these ancient civilizations that have gone away from appearance and have been out of appearance for a long time. But they're coming back. They're coming back for sure. So we can vouch for that. Yep, I can feel it. The fake queen said 2025 would be the last Christmas. It literally was. And here we go. Well, sometimes I hope it was a dream only. I heard that those dreams are possible when you have the strong connections with people. Yeah. And she said, oh, really? Wow. There are videos of these people asking AI about Christmas 2026, and it's not saying there is one. Yeah, I've seen some of those too. So y'all listen, it's 2:07 now. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all for the post wrap. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all for the positive feedback on the video. Again, this one was probably the most different moon video I've done out of all the 12 cycles, but it's the last one, so it needed to be different at the end there. Maybe the difference there, remember, the end of one thing is always the beginning of something new. We in that chill energy now, y'all. Go back and read that Jeremiah chapter 30. This is the day where he said, in that day I will break his yoke from off thy neck and burst thy bonds, and strangers will serve themselves no more of him. That day is here, y'all. It's here. So y'all get excited, man, and stay chill. I love you all. Listen, hit that like button on the way out if you haven't done so. And if you're new to the channel and you're still here watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet and you like being entertained, educated, uplifted, and inspired, hit that subscribe button, okay? Make sure your notification bell is set to all so you'll be notified when I upload new content. And y'all, be sure to go check out my new channel, MDT 888 Spirit Guide, because the messages that have been coming through have been messaging. They have, okay? So y'all go over there and check that out. Check out my latest read that I dropped on, I want to say I dropped it on Wednesday, okay? I'm not going to do a weekend reading this week because I got some stuff I got to do tomorrow. And Sunday, I'm probably just going to chill. Probably just going to chill Sunday unless I'm so moved to do another video. But I told y'all that next live, we're going to talk about that rich man, the eye of the needle, and the camel. And I'm going to show y'all some stuff with that. It's going to blow your mind. So anyway, y'all check out my new channel in the meantime and just browse through there and look at some of that timeless content. We're building that content up over there too. And y'all, listen, it ain't never too late to be authentic. It is never too late to be authentic. So y'all keep the authenticity going. Be your true self. Stay true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Be true to who and what you are. Okay? That proverbial weighing the heart against the feather ceremony, it's knocking on the door. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. That's better. It's knocking on the door. Okay? So I'm trying to keep my heart as light as a feather. I am. I ain't trying to be mad at nobody. I ain't trying to hold no grudges or nothing, y'all. Where we at now, it's time for the flip is here. So a lot of us about to go into some serious relaxation, and not just relaxation, but enjoying the fatness of the earth. Okay, where y'all are seeing these beachfront, multi-million-dollar beachfront, lakefront properties and stuff that ain't nobody gonna sell you. Y'all ain't gonna have to worry about that moving forward because y'all gonna be in them, and they're gonna be new. They ain't gonna look like nothing like what we're seeing right now. The old world is gonna be destroyed, and the new world's coming forth. 2 Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world to come. I love you guys. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. It's a noun as well. But when we focus on the verb, the noun always takes care of itself. Peace out, family.